Hey everybody, it's Jason here again with you on our weekly Facebook Live. And as you can see, I have my lovely wife Kim with me here today. I coaxed her into coming on because I felt like I was lost today. I didn't feel like I had a whole lot. And she had all these ideas. I'm like, why are you giving me all these ideas? Why don't you come on and help me discuss this topic we have today? So it's all in the mindset. Probably wondering, what in the world is he going to talk about? Or what's this mindset thing? And I'm sure it's something you've heard about. I guess, first of all, how we come up with the topic. A lot of the things that we come up with when we come on here and talk about are things that we've been working on, or things that we've got a business coach that we work with, and they're things that they point out to us and help us look at things different. So it's something that we thought we've found valuable, and it's made a big change in not just our business, but our lives. I mean, these are things that we can, principles and things we do on our day-to-day lives, and not just within our business. We started obviously in this looking for help with our business, but it's shifted into so much more than that. So we just thought it was a topic that might be of benefit and bring some value to you, and we hope it does. So as I was getting ready to talk about this, I did some research. I didn't want to just come on here and talk about how it's helped us or the experiences we've had, but I did some research, and it's amazing how many books and videos and motivational speeches and quotes. I mean, one of the things I found, there was like 1,062 mindset quotes, and I'll actually end it with one of my favorite ones I found. But anyway, I guess our greatest asset is ourselves, or our mind. I mean, that's the thing, something that we can control, an asset that we have control over, and things we can change. Our mind is a muscle, so it's not something that you can just say, hey, I want to change the way I do this, or I want to change the way I think. It's something that you have to really think about and focus on and work on. Again, I'm nervous again. Like I said, I quit doing these for a while, and I wish I had just kept, because I was actually getting comfortable on camera, and I feel like I'm starting all over. And I tell Kim when I get on here, I feel like I'm rambling, and I've got notes over here that I keep looking at and try to keep on track and keep focused, but I feel like I get lost all the time. So if I do, it's probably because I am, being honest with you. I'm nervous and I feel like I get lost. But our mind, determines, a lot of times it determines whether or not we're going to, I won't say make it or not, but it's whether or not we're going to a situation or how we're going to react to it. Our instincts when we have a situation or a problem or something that's scary, for lack of a better term, we have that flight or flee. See, I messed it up. I've been
fight.
Yeah, fight or flee. Yeah, see, there we go. She kept telling me this, tongue-tied. See, I don't know why that one's got me, but it's a natural instinct we have, and so we want to try to train our mind. I mean, our instincts are, when something's difficult or challenging, right? We want to try to go around that obstacle or avoid it or run from it, and that doesn't do us any good. We want to, instead of looking at it as a negative situation, I guess a lot of this whole mindset is framing things in a positive light versus negative. We get so caught up on the negatives, and every day-to-day things happen. If you're, maybe you're an office manager or running a business or anything like that, just so many things come flying at you. And it's funny, we were on vacation, and we were at Star Wars Land at Disney, and I saw this droid. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but we had so those of you that are will get a kick out of this. This is how I feel when all the stuff every day is kind of coming at us. So this is R2-D2, and this is how I felt. I thought, man, this is me. So just feel like, everything is going crazy. And so a lot of times you have to just relook at things and focus on things and look at the positive and focus on the things you can control. So many things come at us that we have no control over. So why are we going to focus on those or focus on the negative? And that's one of the biggest things that's really made a difference with us, I think, is, when things happen or something goes wrong, in our mind wrong, and maybe the only something wrong that we see and nobody else sees, and we focus on that and the bad things versus, what good came out of that, or how can we change that, or what can we do different next time, or look at it differently next time so that we can change it. Let's see. You got anything to add? I'm sorry. I'm not putting. She told me not to put her on the spot, and here I am because
right this second.
So again, our mind and our mindset determines our actions, and it determines how we're going to handle things. I know, and it's a discipline. It's something you have to work on. Like I said, it's not going to change overnight. I look at it like losing weight. Like, I'm trying to lose weight. And of course, once we start, you have to change your habits, right? You have to eat better. You go to the gym. And one of the things we do, going back to that positive versus negative outlook, I know when you first start the process, you've got these goals. Hey, I want to lose 5 pounds this week. So you start going to the gym, you start eating better, and you get on the scale, and you've only lost 1 or 2 pounds. And to you, that's negative. Like, wow, why am I not losing 5 pounds? Or maybe you're doing it with a spouse or with a friend, and they do lose more. And so you get, disappointed, and you get down on yourself for that. And you don't look at the negative or the positives. You're just stuck on the negatives. Look at it as in, wow, I only lost 2 pounds, but maybe your clothes are fitting better. Or maybe you've been lifting weights, so you don't realize, you've put muscle on, which muscle weighs more than fat. So in week 2, 3, 4, or 5, maybe that's when you'll see those huge gains, and focus on the positive and the positive outcome that can come out of those versus getting stuck in the quagmire of the negative, and just framing things so that focusing on the positive, the things you can change and the things you can't change. I think that's been the biggest benefit we've got out of it, and the things that we're really working on is when something happens or you have that problem, look at it on the positive and the things
Flip
that
it.
you can. Exactly. That's it. Good word. Flip it. Flip it to the positive versus the negative, and don't get stuck on that, and focus on the things that you can change. One other thing that in your mindset that we really have to, is a shift for us, and we're still working on and struggling with, is not only that, encourage yourself and encourage each other. A lot of times we think we're going to be boastful and bragging on yourself, but tell yourself you are fantastic. You can do things. I mean, lift yourself up and boast yourself up. If you're doing great things, don't be afraid to say, hey, I'm doing some great things. If you're,
it's hard.
It's
very hard to toot your own horn for anything. I mean, you just do it. You're just doing your job. So it's hard.
It is, but if you're making those changes and you're doing good things and you're affecting those around you, you want to take credit for that and let yourself celebrate in those things. And it's a hard thing. And you don't want to think that you're boastful, but it's part of your mindset of telling yourself, hey, I am wonderful. I am fantastic. And it's contagious. If you're in charge of people or you have people working around you, if you have a mindset where you're looking at the positive and you always put a positive spin on things, that rubs off on people. You can have an effect on not only yourself and the way you look at things, but other people are attracted to those things. We generally, I think we don't realize that the things and the people and the situations that are attracted to us and around us have a lot to do with the way we think of things and the mindset we have. And I think that plays out in the way we handle situations, and those things will come and attract and be around us. So those are just some of the things that we're working on and learning, and hopefully that maybe get you thinking and looking and seeing that you can look at things different.
Yeah, we're not perfect by any means.
Yeah, for sure. It's like I said, it's a work in progress. All these discussions we're having and these talks, we're just, like I said, we're hoping we can add some value and bring some things that you see value in and can work on. One of the biggest things, one of the quotes that I was looking at when I was talking about these quotes, I'm talking about the negative and the positive and the way you look at things, is nothing will slow your progress like a negative mindset. Which, that's true. If we're always negative, for one, you're going to attract negative people and negative things. And, it was funny. I was trying to think of examples of negative versus positive and the way you spin it and the way in the discipline thing. And I know this is going to sound kind of funny, but one of the things that really popped in my head was doing dishes. I hate doing dishes, right? But if you do them after, when you're done eating dinner and the dishes are in the sink, if you just go and do them, it take you, 5, 10, 15 minutes? Depending on how many they are and what you cook and how messy of a cook you are, I guess, right? Versus if you say, I'll do them later, and then you go and you cook breakfast, and then you've got breakfast dishes, and you do that for a day or two. So what turned it into a little thing, and again, this is about discipline and the positive and the negative, and then you go in a week later, it's a huge obstacle. And I guess part of the way that ties in and the thought process that I had on that was, it's the mindset you have when the situation, the obstacle first occurs. The obstacle in this case is the pile of dishes. So it's a little obstacle. So if you avoid it or try to go around it or put it off, now 2 days later, that little obstacle is now huge. And that's the thing. A lot of times we think we're going around or we're fleeing or bypassing an obstacle versus having a positive outlook and figuring out how to take it head on, and you go around it. And if you do that over time, that little obstacle becomes bigger when you do, because eventually you're going to have to face it. Those dishes aren't going anywhere, or the decision you have to make at work, or the project you have to work on that maybe you're putting off, or you're looking at it as a negative versus a positive. Hey, I get to work on this project of something, kind of like us doing this live. I don't feel like I'm a subject matter expert. I'm not, and I don't have all the answers, but I feel like it's something that can make a change on our lives, is making a change on our business, something you can. And it's just, so you want to tackle it head on and look at the positives. So the positives coming out of it, we're learning, and by me talking about it and doing this, we're facing fears of doing these lives, and changing the things we're doing. And so, that's kind of my thought on that negative, why that quote, nothing will slow your progress like a negative mindset. So again, hopefully you got some value out of this. If you have any questions or again, any value?
No.
Oh, she wants to end.
We're just going to go ahead.
Oh, no, what?
Finish your thought.
Oh, I was going to wrap up. So if you got something to say, now's the time.
I'm just going to end on a fun note.
Oh, she's going to be the fun one. Okay, yeah, I'm the all Mr. Serious one. But yeah, so if you've got any, want to talk, or if you want to work with a company that is trying to have a positive mindset, and we're hoping that runs out within our team and our culture and our company, you can go to pjsak.com/upgrade, get some information there, and then we will follow up and we can have a discussion after that. So what do you want to do?
So on that note, just have fun and keep positive.
And don't feel like this. Have a good day.